So you got your presentation right. You were able to handle objections, but you were always scared of being considered the pushy financial advisor, right? I know that. That's the pain that we all have. You see, we don't want to sound pushy, but we have to close. Now, if we don't close, all the hard work goes down the drain. So, yes, guys, at last the book's here. That's what I've been working on, making sure that I'm able to document every single strategy that I've been using for the last 2 decades to get my closing. If our closing is weak, all the hard work is gone. So that's what I've covered in this book. I've covered the 4 essential rules for closing. Now, these rules are cardinal rules. You don't want to be breaking these rules. If you break these rules, they will affect your reputation. So I want to make sure you read these rules very carefully. The other thing I've covered is the 11 biggest mistakes that I was making. And I found out that these were the mistakes that most of us make. We need to avoid making these mistakes, because if you can get over these mistakes, your closing ratio will go through the roof. And the 9 closing strategies that I've been using. You see, every time I had a mentor, they shared with me 1, maybe 2 strategies that they used for closing. I've now documented all 9 strategies that I have been using for the last 2 decades while I've been in this business. That's the purpose of writing this book. I want your closing ratio to really go up. So I've written the 7 tips that you need to follow. These are the small hacks that would get you to the next level. The 2 things that I have covered in this book that I've never documented before are the 2 decision trees. You see, every product has a decision tree process. You need to understand what are the decisions that people have to make to reach the end goal, which is your closing. And there's a process to that. I've documented the way the human mind behaves in thinking that they're making the right decision. So that has been documented in this book. The 3-step decision tree and the 5-step decision tree. And the purpose of this is each product has a different way on how people perceive decisions. That's what's documented in this book. Now, I've only printed a limited amount of copies, and a simple reason, it's difficult to store them. So that's all you have. Get your copy now.